Chris Broussard is joining us now. But, Nick, I want to start with you. How concerned will you be tomorrow if the Heat even the series up tonight?
I love this. I love the continuing questioning my levels of concern or nervousness when it comes to the 2020 NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers. Listen, I won't be concerned. I will be incredibly disappointed if the Lakers lose tonight. I'll be disappointed personally and professionally. Personally, because it will, to call back to the previous segment, it will cost me a lot of money. I've got a sizable financial investment in the Lakers winning in 5. I have a sizable financial investment in the Lakers winning tonight, so I'll be disappointed personally. And professionally, I'll be disappointed because Broussard, LeBron James should not let that happen tonight. This should be a vintage LeBron James step on their throat game. And Jimmy Butler was the best player on the court in Game 3. All the credit in the world to him. He also, though, had a very interesting quote. And I'm not talking about the you're in trouble because he says I'm just saying what LeBron said back to him. This is not in the heat of the battle. This is after the game, and I'd like to read it to you directly. This is from Malika Andrews, had this in her story. Quote, "We're going to win and even it up 2-2. I don't know if that's quite Mark Messier or Joe Namath, but that feels like a guarantee, Broussard. And I'm very interested to see if Jimmy Butler can cash that check, because I don't think he can. So I will be very disappointed, Chris, if the Lakers lose tonight, but I do not think that's going to happen.
I'm with you, Nick. Look, I think like Nick, I picked this series Lakers in 5. I am confident and have no fear that I'll be wrong on this. I expect the Lakers to win the next 2 games. But at the risk of sounding like Nick Wright, I will be gobsmacked if the Heat win tonight for some of the reasons that he said. Number one, the Heat will have won with something that they didn't have in Game 3, and that is the Lakers' attention. All right, as good as Jimmy Butler was, as good as Tyler Hero was in the fourth quarter, that game was more about the Lakers' malaise, as you said, Jenna. The Lakers just took them lightly, were overconfident, didn't execute. They won't do that tonight. The Heat have their attention. So if Miami wins tonight, that'll be stunning. You brought up Jimmy Butler and LeBron. Jimmy Butler had another quote, Nick, that I'm sure you saw as well. He said, you know, LeBron's gotten the best of me too many times. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. He's got the best of me too many times, but now I'm with a different group of guys. As if to say LeBron's only gotten the best of him because he had a better supporting cast. All right, historically. So I expect, like Nick, LeBron to come out and really play a great game. Look, he may not have better stats all around than Jimmy Butler, but he'll control the game. Because some people are even saying, forget that Butler became the first opponent to outscore, out-rebound, out-assist LeBron in the finals game. But he also defended LeBron and forced him into a lot of those 8 turnovers. So this narrative is out there that Jimmy Butler gave LeBron the business. So LeBron should come back tonight, have a great game. Finally, Anthony Davis. If they lose tonight, that'll likely be the first time in the postseason this year that Anthony Davis has not followed up a bad game with a tremendous game. He had 18 against Portland. He comes back, gets 43. He had 13 in Game 5 against Houston, comes back in Game 1 against Denver, scores 37. Look for a big game from AD tonight. If the Heat overcome all of that, I'll play along. We'll have a series.
Hey, here's what I think we're due for, Nick. We're due for the weird game. There's always a weird game. In the first 2 games is sort of like the big stars, LeBron and AD. Last game was Jimmy Butler's game. Now we need that weird game. So a few weird games in history. 2013, Danny Green goes for 27 points in Game 3. 2015, American hero Timothy Mozgov goes for 28 in Game 4. Last year's closeout game, Fred VanVleet goes for 16 in the second half. Now Fred VanVleet's sort of like household name, but back then he wasn't. So, Broussard, I'm going to you, buddy. America's fastest, hottest growing game, the envelopes of wisdom. I have 3 envelopes here with a potential weird game. Pick an envelope on, and we never know who the weird game is going to go to. Who do you want? Do you want envelope 1, 2, or 3, buddy? They can
Well, first
envelope
of all,
this,
I
all
think
right?
the
They can
weird
envelope.
game was game 3, but give me game 2. Give me game 2. Or envelope 2.
Not game 2, it's just envelope 2, buddy. Come on,
Envelope
you've seen
2,
this game.
yeah,
It's
envelope
taking over
2.
the nation. Envelope 2 is this. Oh, Duncan Robinson, congratulations. You're going to have the weird game. Remember, he went for 24 points, 7 or 8 from 3 in game 2 versus Pacers. Look for a big night from Duncan Robinson. Weird game winner, Chris Broussard and Duncan Robinson.
This
You win
isn't
the home
there-
version.
this
It's a
isn't-
game.
This is not going to help and I know Wilds reads the YouTube comments. I never had, but I've started now because of Wilds. There is a subsection of our viewers who thinks Kevin Wilds and I don't get along. This isn't going to help that. Wilds, I challenge you to open all 3 envelopes because I postulate every single one of them has a Miami Heat name on it. I postulate that the weird game, no matter what, it was going to be a Heat player. There might be a Tyler Hero in there. There might be a Kelly Olynyk in there. What there isn't. What's that one say?
Playoff Rondo. Playoff Rondo, buddy.
Oh, wow. Oh, you've proven me wrong.
Don't question the integrity of the wisdom of envelopes.
But now we just can't play this game again in the next segment.
My apologies, Jenna. I was wrong.
Moral of the
I
story,
got it dead
someone's
wrong.
going to have a weird game.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.